Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Gold has surpassed a 6-year high. This is really exciting for precious metals. Silver actually just passed a 2-year high, having to do with geopolitical concerns between Trump and China. So a lot of things happening in the precious metals world. I want to talk about my thoughts on where gold is headed, apart from silver, because I made the focal point of silver in my last video. So I want to talk about gold because I really do want to expand it to all precious metals. A lot of people don't just stack silver. A lot of people mainly focus on gold, especially as it starts to become more profitable. And I don't blame you. Gold has many benefits. You can store large amounts of wealth in a small area, whereas silver you can't always do that. Also, gold, being gold is silver's big brother, and gold also can drive a lot of new investors into the world of precious metals. So a lot of newer people coming in might be focusing on gold more than silver. They don't understand some of the undervalued aspects that silver can bring to the table. But right now, what I think gold has potential in is its strong points. Gold and silver have different strong points. Silver strong points are more for technology, industrial uses being undervalued. That's silver's, potential. Gold, on the other hand, as more of a commodity, can be extremely beneficial in the other areas, whether it's bullion, whether it is jewelry, whether its romanticized effect that it has being the royal metal can also be a huge factor in where it goes for the near future. So when I'm looking at gold's prices, I have to weigh out whether or what's going to be influencing its prices and to at what rate or to what extent. As we see something like like Trump tweeting out, scaring the public is to the extent that it actually changes its price, pushing people towards precious metals. That's something that's influencing it at an extremely alarming rate, which is more speculative than I thought precious metals would be. Obviously there's unknown factors in any investment, or unknown factors in any, area that an asset can lie, manipulating its price or influencing its price, but there's always that question of to what extent could it be. When we look back, in previous years, like when silver was $50 in 2011, there's a lot of factors that added up. And right now, I definitely think precious metals are in this like perfect storm right now. So I am curious if you are investing into gold, and how much are you buying, or are you cashing out? I know I've been making a lot of videos, or I've mentioned in several videos that there's a 40% increase in people going to their local coin shops and selling their gold and silver. A lot of people are selling their jewelry, selling their rings, their necklaces, and they're just cashing out right now, capitalizing and claiming these profits. And that could also help gold's price drive even higher. It's not always having to do with buying, but also selling as well. As long as it's being exchanged and traded and in circulation, this can definitely be popular demand. I also do want to bring a major point to the table, is which gold is actually more it's more profitable for miners. So miners are actually digging it out the ground as it is more profitable as well. I made a three-part video series over the weekend, talking about how miners are kind of pushing their focus away from silver and heading towards gold more as it's more profitable, and they actually are throwing their money on the table, betting against silver, saying that they think that gold is going to be pulling strong in the long term as well. So that's an interesting point to make. I definitely think it's funny because after they made that statement, silver is starting to rise with gold as well. But I definitely think gold has more pull than silver does. Gold is usually pulling silver under its belt when it's when it does appreciate. They usually do appreciate together. Silver is usually a little slower, but gold is usually the top dog. Now, I personally invest into silver more than gold. I'm curious what you do. I just see more potential in silver for a price breakout. I do own gold here and there. I would say like every 100 ounces of silver I'd accumulate maybe a half ounce of gold, maybe an ounce, but it's usually at that ratio. I definitely see more beneficial influence to my stack with silver, but there definitely is a lot of properties that gold brings to the table that can help our stack out. Like, because if I am accumulating every 100 ounces of silver, 1 ounce of gold, that can also keep the wealth of my stack high, but also keep the storage space a lot smaller. I also think it's pretty cool that gold coins, their premiums are pretty low compared to silver's coins, like a 2015 Panda. Silver Panda, it would have like an $8-9 premium, where some of the 2015 2016 gold coins are still pretty close to spot price, and it has to do with them being so expensive. So when you are investing into gold, because there's probably a lot of new investors coming, to my channel, they're wondering which direction they want to go. I want to talk about this because when it comes to gold, there's several different weights. Gold doesn't have to take a lot of money to be spent or to be, getting into the market. You don't have to have thousands of dollars to start investing into gold. They make half-gram gold bars that are, a couple dollars. They make 1 gram gold bars. They make 10th ounce rounds. They make 4th ounce. They make 8 gram bars. They make 4 gram bars. So you can get in with pretty much any amount of money. You can spend $30 and own gold of your own. So, that's something that I think enough people don't understand. When it comes to silver, you don't want to be buying fractional silver at that rate, because, they still have to stamp these coins and stamp these bars. So the premiums are extremely high with silver. But for gold, you can get them for pretty good prices. You can actually get like one gram gold pandas for like 30, $40. I remember, well, actually nowadays it's probably a little more expensive than that because gold is up higher than when I last checked that out. But there's an extremely large, diverse, portfolio when it comes into precious metals. So during all this, you figure out which direction you want to go. Are you going to be buying, selling, or trading? A lot of people could be trading at this time. The gold to silver ratio is a lot lower. So people that were buying or selling gold and silver while the ratios are around 95 to 1 could be capitalizing, either earning free gold or silver, as the ratios are around 87 to 1. It might be a little different now than last time I checked, but I do know a lot of people that use those ratios, trading in their bullion for silver or gold, usually at local coin shops, to cut out the costs of payments, eBay fees, PayPal fees, shipping fees, etc. But you can definitely capitalize on that. Right now in precious metals, I just see a lot of opportunities to capitalize on silver and gold, and this is very healthy for a market. Not saying that it's going to keep going higher. I mean, the sky is, the sky really is the endless. The possibilities are endless of where it can go, but I definitely think that it has to stay relative to reality. There has to be some type of correction happening at some point, sooner or later. It's not like gold's going to keep going up to $2,000, then $3,000. There has to be dips. There has to be sell-offs for people to capitalize, and then people buy when it's lower. So yes, $2,000 gold is in the future. It's in the ballpark, but I wouldn't say it's in the next month or so. It would probably be more around like 6 months to a year down the line if it was going to, and that's still me, being extremely generous on that. So on silver, on the other hand, I definitely think $20 silver is in the realm of possibility, but I do not think it would be happening within the next couple months. It would be more of a gradual, pull. Precious metals definitely have a more slow approach compared to other markets like cryptocurrency, where it can shoot up overnight. But then you see the end result when that does happen. There's a huge crash that happens afterwards. So it's actually it's a lot safer, and it's a lot more. It's a stronger market when it can grow a gradual appreciating price instead of just exploding overnight. So I definitely see this as a good sign for gold and silver and anyone who's investing into it, even in the ETF side of it. If people are trading on these exchanges and buying, the paper side of it, they're still profiting as well. So it's a win-win situation for anyone in precious metals. I don't see gold and silver, becoming any type of risk anytime soon. All I see is more potential opportunities for it to keep growing in price, which is really exciting, and media is covering it as well. So this is also bringing, new investors in as well, which is really positive, and that's really important to understand as well. So I'm curious what you guys think of this. Where do you guys think gold is headed? Where do you guys think silver is headed? Like I said, gold is at 6-year highs, so this is extremely, good for the community, for the market. I see tons of people capitalizing, selling, and also buying as well. People are going to be buying and selling no matter what the price is, and that's just how it goes with any market. People buy, some people sell, buy low, sell high. Some people buy high, sell low. It's just how it goes. People learn from their mistakes, and they're going to keep seeking what they want. The demand is always going to be there as long as the supply can fulfill it. But anyways, I'm curious what you guys think about this video. Where do you think gold's going to go? Where do you think silver's going to go? Are you excited for these times? What do you think about the geopolitical concerns that Trump brought to the table, or people are, worried about? I'm curious with your perspective on that as well. Anyways, though, thank you for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I make sure to like this video if you did enjoy it. I post daily videos, so stay tuned for that. I posted 2 other videos today, so go check those out as well. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.